Hello there, welcome to your weekly reading for Monday, January 16, 2023 through to Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. My name is Mo and you're here on my channel, Mo Moon. Welcome. You and I are surrounded by the white golden light of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, above us and below us, to our left and to our right. In front of us and behind us, all the way around us and through us, we are protected by the white golden light of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and no negativity can pass through this powerful white golden light that is protecting us on all sides. And so it is. Oh, and all negativity is reflected off the surface of this white golden light back to the senders. And so it is. All right, so I'm going to introduce the decks I'm using today. I'll be using the Witch Casket Self-Love deck. I'll be using the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel. I'll be using the Wisdom of the Oracle Divination cards by Colette Baron Reed. And last but not least, I'll be using the Forest of Enchantment Tarot by Linnea Weatherstone and Mirella Allwood. The Forest of Enchantment Tarot. All right, so for the week of January 16 to January 22nd, 2023, the crystal that I chose to empower us this week and to represent us here at this reading is the Caribbean calcite. And I meditated on the week ahead and how I felt the energy would be for us this week. And last week we were ascending, and this week we are still ascending. And so the reason why I chose this Caribbean calcite is because it works on the third eye and the crown chakras. It also elevates consciousness, activates the mind, and helps ascend to higher vibrations, and it encourages calm and serenity. So it's interesting because we're leaving Capricorn season this week and we're going into Aquarius season. And Capricorn season took us from the year 2022, December 2022, into January 2023. And so last week we were carrying the baggage of 2022 with us as we started to ascend and move into this new year. And now that we are going into Aquarius season, the first season of 2023 on the Gregorian calendar, we are learning to put distance between us and the past. And Aquarius helps us to release, to put distance, to release, to let go. Aquarius can be known to be quite aloof and detached, but also connected to community. So there's the balance there between being detached from what no longer serves us and moving into a sense of community and part of a group, part of a greater purpose. So now we're moving into Aquarius season, January 20th, and we are embracing everything that has to do with ascending with a new state of mind, really moving forward with our intentions, our visions, our aspirations, our goals for 2023. So that's why I chose the Caribbean calcite for us this week. And this stone will represent us at this reading. So I'll put that there. So now I'll draw the cards and then I'll start to play them. Read the cards, play the cards. All right, so let's get Wisdom of the Oracle card as our opening message for January 16th, 2023 through to January 22nd, 2023, please, universe. Now we'll draw the cards for every day of the week, starting with Monday, ending on Sunday. Monday, the 16th of January, 2023. Monday, the 16th of January, 2023. Tuesday, the 17th of January, 2023. Wednesday, the 18th of January, 2023. Thursday, the 19th of January, 2023. Friday, the 20th of January, 2023. Saturday, the 21st of January, 2023. And Sunday, the 22nd of January, 2023. All right, now we'll draw an oracle card as our wrap-up message from the Starseed Oracle for Monday, the 16th of January, 2023 through to Sunday, the 22nd of January, 2023. And now a self-love card to give us some encouragement at the end of the reading. All right. So for Monday, January 16th to Sunday, January 22nd, 2023, our opening message is Imagine. Card number 20 of the major, I'm going to say of the major arcana, but it's an oracle card. Imagine. I was thinking about the major arcana card number 2 because 2 and 0 is 2 and 2 is the high priestess. And it says imagine. And so if we bring the high priestess and imagine, the high priestess from the tarot, major arcana card number 2, and this card imagine. Imagine the depths of who you are this week. Imagine the depths of who you are. You know when they say plumb the depths, find out how deep. So don't be afraid to find out how deep you actually go. How deep can you think? How far forward can you think in your mind? What are the boundaries of your mind? Are there any boundaries? Can you push past those boundaries? Can you break the glass ceiling, as they say? Can you imagine? It reminds me of that song by John Lennon, Imagine All the People Living Life in Peace. And Some people think that that's a fairy tale song, perhaps that, the world could never be completely peaceful, that love could never, have the full reign of the earth. But all that is possible. We just have to create it. And so this week we are being asked to really push our minds to really go into our imaginations and to really see what we are capable of. So starting with Monday, January 16th, we have the Three of Visions. And it's interesting that we're starting out with a card that says visions, because we were just talking about our imagination. And our imagination is where we see things that we don't necessarily see on the 3D plane just yet. And this Three of Visions is actually representative of the Three of Cups. So it's talking about being grateful, being happy, celebrating Monday, January 16th, and how this pertains to the theme of the week is to realize that being able to use your mind is a gift. For me, being able to use my mind is a gift. And sometimes we look for the answers in our minds and we get frustrated, we get perhaps upset that we aren't coming up with the answer that makes us feel satisfied. But at that moment, we are being asked to take appreciation that we can actually use our minds, that even if we don't necessarily come to the answer or the solution right away, we were able to actually go there, to think, to reason, to use our logic, to use our imagination. So the Three of Visions being the Three of Cups, we are being asked to put our emotions into our gratitude, put our emotions into being grateful. And the Three of Cups doesn't speak about just being alone. It speaks about, as I'm saying this, I'm thinking about the superego, the ego, and the id. Me, myself, and I, right? When we think about our bodies, when we think about who we are, we can think about ourselves on a holistic perspective. Soul, mind, body, spirit, all of our parts working together to form this unity. So when we think about community, we can think about the greater community around us and how we are celebrating the opportunity to use our minds, but we can also think about ourselves holistically in the sense that we can come together, all our parts, and really agree to be grateful and to celebrate. So that's the energy surrounding Monday, January 16th, 2023 with the Three of Visions. Tuesday, January 17th, 2023, we have the Four of Boons, which is the Four of Pentacles. I like the Four of Boons because it talks about being careful about how you utilize your assets, your money, your time, your body. Given we are really granted a certain amount of energy in the day, being aware of where we dispense that energy, being aware of what we give our time to, being aware that what we are giving our time to is actually costing us energy, costing us time, costing us a part of our lives that we will never get back. We will never get back this part of our lives that we are giving away. So the Four of Boons is asking us to be aware of where we are giving ourselves away and to be cautious not to give where we don't want to give. So it's withholding ourselves from areas that we know are not going to benefit us in the long run. The Four of Boons is the Four of Pentacles. The Pentacles speak about earth. So it could be your material possessions, or it could be just your own energy and your own spirit, and paying attention what you are letting into your life, because where you give your energy, you offer an opportunity for that energy to come into your life and to be a part of your life. So the Four of Boons is encouraging us on Tuesday, January 17th, to really just, it kind of speaks about boundaries, actually. It could also be about saving your money for a rainy day, or allocating certain amounts of money towards different things, maybe a savings account, a checkings account, a tax-free savings account. But it also talks about keeping yourself from things that don't benefit you. So that's Tuesday, January 17th, 2023. Wednesday, January 18th, 2023, we have the Weaver of Spells, which is the Queen of Wands. We are still in Capricorn season. And what I feel for this is we are slowly approaching the end of Capricorn season. This is Wednesday, January 18th. We go into Aquarius season Friday, January 20th. And the Queen of Wands is giving us that final push through Capricorn season. Obviously, it's not the day before Aquarius season, but it's leading up. It's giving us that fire to continue forward. The Queen of Wands is the energy of fire, the energy of the wands, the energy of passion, determination, drive, the energy, what lights us up. And the Queen of Wands is an energy of somebody who is nurturing. But the Queen of Wands can also be somebody who is very attractive. It doesn't necessarily have to be physically attractive. It can be the energy that she puts out is very magnetic. It draws the eye. So if I had to say the universe is supporting us in this way, I would encourage you to believe in yourself on this day, Wednesday, January 18th, to believe in what you have to offer the world, because the Queen of Spells here is encouraging you to be confident, because she is confident and she talks kindly to herself. She uses positive affirmations to affirm to herself who she is. And so the universe is giving us an open door to really help us to use our affirmations to move us forward. As I said, we are ascending this week and moving into a new season, and we are being encouraged to use the energy of the universe to move us through the end of Capricorn season towards the Aquarius season. So that's Wednesday, January 18th, 2023, with the Weaver of Spells. Thursday, January 19th, 2023, we have card number 13 of the Major Arcana, Black Shuck, which is the Death card. And this is Thursday, January 19th. We have the Death card. The day before Aquarius season, we have Death. And it could be speaking about the death of Capricorn season for 2023. It could be speaking about transforming. As we transform, we move. We move to a new area. We move to a new space. We move towards a new life, a new chapter, a new season, Aquarius season. So Thursday, January 19th, with the Death card, or the Black Shuck, Thursday, January 19th, 2023. It can be scary. It can be scary to encounter death, unless you feel ready for it, unless you feel like you can accept her as a doorway to something that will bring a whole new set of experiences. When I think about the Black Shuck and when I think about death, I think about Santa Muerte, and she's a goddess of death. She's Saint Death. And I was watching a documentary about her, and it was saying we all wonder what will happen after death. We all don't know what happens after death. We have our ideas, but no one can really tell us what happens unless we experience it ourselves. And the best way to be able to encounter death is to worship her, to honor her, to fear her as a power that is unlike any other power, as a power that will bring us into a new life, a whole new way of being. And so if we think about this symbolically, we can think about this day, Thursday, January 19th, 2023, the day before Aquarius season, as a day to honor the darkness, to honor what we don't know. When we think of what we don't know, I think about the darkness when I think about what I don't know, because in the darkness, you can't really see what things truly are. And so you don't really know what things truly are. But death is like a light that illuminates to us what is truly on the other side. So it's just a very, like the way I'm describing this day with this card, death, is a very philosophical day, a day where you can ask questions, a day where you can continue to go into your imagination, a day where anything that you can imagine is possible within your own mind. So Friday, January 20th, 2023, we are moving into Aquarius season, and we have the 9 of Challenges, which is the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is a card that we encounter when we are feeling uncertain. The 9 of Swords has to do with the energy of air, the energy of the mind, thoughts, words, communication, ideas. And the 9 of Swords is a card that has us reeling in our thoughts. If you think about the 9 of Swords, sometimes you think about anxiety, restlessness, a restless mind, somebody who is playing ideas in circles around in their head. So if you understand that Aquarius season is starting for us with this 9 of Swords energy, it's interesting because Aquarius is an air sign, and Aquarius, an air sign, has to do with the swords, has to do with the mind. And so we are moving into an air sign season with an air sign card. An Aquarius is about embracing yourself. And Aquarius season can be quite a doozy because Aquarius brings a whole new way of thinking. Am I doing what I want to do? Am I doing what I love? Should I do something different? How can I do something different? I don't feel like I'm doing what I really want to do in life. Those are the kind of questions that Aquarius season can bring to us. So with this 9 of Swords and us going on this day into Aquarius season, it seems like we're questioning a lot of what we're already doing. And I encourage you to look for ways on this day to find the balance, between what you are doing and what you feel like your heart is telling you you want to do. So Saturday, January 21st, we are going into a new moon in Aquarius, and we have the 9 of Spells, which is the 9 of Wands. And it's interesting because we had the 9 of Challenges, which was the 9 of Swords on Friday, and now on Saturday we have the 9 of Spells, so 2 9s. And remember, I was talking about finding the balance between what you are currently doing and what you feel like your heart is telling you you want to do if they don't match. So the 9 of Spells is putting up, organizing your passions. Like the 9 of Spells have to do with the wands and fire and drive. So what you're passionate about. So organizing your mind in a sense of putting what you are passionate about in order. What do I really enjoy doing in life? What do I want to do in life? How can I find time? The Nine of Spells is about putting up those boundaries, putting up those delineations between what we want to do, what we feel like we should be doing, how we feel like we should be feeling. So the Nine of Spells, as you see in this card here, the Nine of Spells, she has a circle around her. She's putting up a boundary. She's putting up a guide for herself to understand, make sense of what she's feeling. So Sunday, January 22nd, 2023, we have card number 7, the Fairy Wind, which is the Chariot. And it's interesting because 2023 is the Chariot. 2, 0, 2, and 3 comes to 7. 7 in the major arcana is the Chariot. So 2023 will be colored by the energy of the Chariot, which is an energy of balance and moving forward and understanding that as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, soul is soul. We are mirroring what we are, and what we are seeing is a mirror of what we are as well. How we see the world is how the world is. How the world sees us is a reflection of who they are. So the Chariot or the Fairy Wind here is helping us to bring all that into balance so that we can actually move forward in a specific direction. And as a collective, we are moving forward this year, 2023. And so here at the end of the week, Sunday, January 22nd, 2023, we have the Chariot, which is reminding us of where we actually are, bringing us to the present moment and allowing us to feel a sense of balance. So it seems like we're closing up this week with a sense of balance. So it seems like we are actually being successful this week in finding our balance, and we are using our imagination. Remember, we had that card to find that sense of balance, to really use our sense of logic, to use our sense of thinking. We are so blessed here where we live to be able to have our own mind, to be able to think what we want to think, to be able to say what we want to say, to be able to do protests when we want to protest, to be able to, have our own YouTube channel and say what we want on our YouTube channel. Granted, there are some people who are censored, but for the most part, we have freedom. So we are being encouraged to celebrate that freedom of thought this week if you have that where you live. And it's interesting, it's the Fairy Wind. And the Fairy Wind has to do with the elements of the earth, the elements that are helping the earth. So let's not forget about Gaia. Let's not forget that we are connected to Gaia, that how we treat Gaia is how we will be treated in return, what we do to Mother Earth. And I know I'm preaching here, and maybe I'm not perfect myself, but it's just an encouragement to help us to be aware, to try to take care of the environment. Now our closing message is Earthed, learning how to be human in the world but not of it. Interesting, I was just talking about Gaia. So Earthed, we are here as earthlings. We are here to have an earthly experience, to experience the 3D realm. So learning how to be human, we all come from the stars, from the universe, from source, from light, from love. And when we come to this human plane, we are transformed into 3D beings, and we have a 3D body, and we are basically earthed. I don't know if you've ever heard of that show Punked. Well, this is Earth. Hello, you've been earthed, So learning how to be human, learning how to accept your human body, learning how to accept what you're feeling, and it takes time, and it doesn't necessarily come easily in the world, but not of it. Remembering that even though we are human beings with a 3D body, that we are actually also connected to the universe and to source. And the last card we have is In Silence You Hear the Best Advice. So encouraging us to go into our minds this week and to listen to what our inner voice is telling us, to allow our inner voice to speak to us, to allow us to listen to that still small voice inside our head, or maybe that loud voice, but that voice within the silence within us. So I hope you enjoyed this reading for the week. If it is your birthday, happy birthday. I'll just leave you with a little blessing. May your mind be vivid and full of color and light. May it be eager, aware, alert, inviting, inspiring, encouraging, and so it is. All right, so I'll see you in my next video. Bye.